Well guys, this is where I messed up. So, as you can see it in just a second, you can see my face on the video. Right now I've just tried to set it up, and I'm on the video and I'm talking and you cannot hear what I'm saying because I forgot to turn my microphone on. So I'm basically just recording this extra audio afterwards so that you guys hopefully know what I'm talking about. So here it is. We are going to start the game. I am really sorry, it looks kind of silly, but it is what it is. So we're gonna continue the game. We already had, this is I believe the 4th episode that we are making. And There you go. Okay, so we have our little village here. We stop the time. And we actually just check where we are. We have some things already queued up. We are currently building our smithy. We already have some charcoal manufacturing going on. And the only thing that we are still missing is just some wood from some, they are still bringing it in. The problem is that as you can see, our carts are getting really destroyed, which means we will really need to build up some carpentry so that they can fix them. Which, as you can see, that's the one. When you order a new vehicle by clicking a plus button in the respective building's properties, carpentry workers will bring draft animals if needed, build a vehicle and deliver it to the destination. When vehicles wear out, they are marked as broken. Carpentry workers will perform repairs of them if they have enough material stored. If perform preventive repairs is checked, they will repair vehicles nearing the broken status but still usable. Okay. So that's we're gonna need. As I told you guys, I am recording it afterwards, so it's kind of funny for me to comment on what I said because I don't remember exactly what I said, but I already know what I did after that. So I might do some little spoilers as we're going on. We don't have people, we only have 18 people in our little village, so they are already all set up for doing different tasks, so it's not going to be that easy. We also have the building already set up for, we have one empty house and we have one more building already set up that we're going to build it, so it's going to take a while. Oh, it's so cool when we are far away. You have the wind sound, like basically giving you the idea that you are like really far away from the place. I love that actually. All the original shelters have been relocated, other than we still have one which has some materials in it, so we still have that. Now we're gonna need a couple of other things, and also we are kind of looking through with the carts you can have a cart shed as well, which I think I'm looking through, reading through here, but basically the whole idea is that it's like a professional cart service, so people can, when you are having builders right now, the builders themselves would actually grab the cart, go to the material source, and they would get there. Instead, if you have a cart shed, then basically it's run by professionals, and they are going to bring you the materials, which means that the building itself is going to take a little bit less time, because they are not wasting time on bringing the materials around and this like that. All the materials are brought to you by actually the builders. I mean the professional cart company or something. Now they also need a carpenter. I was originally thinking maybe if I just build one, maybe it would be quicker because it would come with some pre-built carts, but I'm not even sure, so I didn't dare to do that when I was playing this morning, which is what you see. So I decided I'm not gonna go for it. Building another cart parking would have been cheap, but the same idea. If it doesn't actually bring the ready carts with it, then what's the point? So I kind of decided against it. I don't remember what I said exactly at this moment, so I can only kind of commentating on my own video, but still kind of real time. Okay, we do have water, we have everything, and yeah, there you go. So we're gonna actually build a carpentry. We just kind of have to find the correct place. I don't want it to be like too far from other things, especially now. And as you can see, we also have this little wooden area is actually kind of getting emptied. You know, we are basically cut out all the trees around here. Um, we have two choices. One choice is to um, again like replenish it, like basically plant some more woods. But I think what I'm gonna do is, and I probably have said it in the video in the morning as well, I'm planning actually to let it run out 100%, let it cut off. I might even manually cut off some part of it if necessary. And then I start using the other areas that you can see either on the other side. Of course, that would need a wooden bridge, so that's a bridge, a bridge too far, pun intended. Or the one that you see just under my camera right now, there is a patch of wood, so maybe I'm gonna start using that area, and this one I just leave it for like fishing and other things. You know, it's right next to the river, so it could be a pretty cool area. Now here I'm still trying to decide where I should put my carpentry, and I believe that's more or less the place I decided. Now, actually, I'm looking at it. I'm also looking at my my overlay, not layover. Layover is a bit different thing. I'm looking at my overlay. I can see that, you know, some of the things that I'm trying to show you guys is kind of covered. I try to make sure that like those things that are keyed up are visible. This kind of things that are coming up, they are all visible. So I try to make sure as much is visible as possible, but at the same time I have that overlay, so sorry about that. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. So we are at this. We were just. I was at this moment just thinking which one I should do first and how. But here's the thing: we need the smithy, otherwise we're not gonna have any. Uh, we're not gonna have any nails. As you can see on the top left corner, it actually saying you're running out of nails, need to build smithy. So yeah, if I don't do that, we're out of we are out of material. So that wouldn't be a good idea. Now, I was just running through the different things. I don't think that they really added too much. There is a smeltery thing they added, so that you can actually get some iron ore from overseas. And then I don't know if you can find iron ore actually in the game. I don't think so. Maybe they updated it and maybe there are some iron ore now. I have no idea. But I don't think that there is anything I don't know. Like laborers could just simply mine them if they find it, so I'm not sure. But in any way, it would have a smeltering thing, but that would kind of mess up the river. So it's at the same time you can still just import some iron from overseas. So I might not do that too early. Maybe at one point I will consider that. And there are of course all the other buildings for animals and everything. I'm not ready for that. I only have 18 people and we are just trying to survive the winter and trying to start growing, because right now I still get the messages that I don't have enough food, which is kind of annoying. We have water, of course, we have enough. We just look through this one. Now we have government building, we have construction office, which is great. It would let you make sure that some people who live far away from, far away places, if you put a construction office, they're gonna start hiring people from there, which makes it, you know, much more convenient instead of people are going home from, you know, right now all the people who are hired for construction, they are living in this area. The government is not going to change. The government is going to stay what it is. And if I end up, you know, I could end up having people like far, far away walking over to build, and maybe most of the time what they spend is just walking from and to work, wasting a lot of time. So that's not a good idea. Another thing I'm actually looking at here is education. I really would like to build some school as soon as possible, especially, I actually do that sometimes later, I believe, spoiler alert. Um, I already checked out that there are a lot of kids here, not many adults as you can see. We have 18 people and only 14 adults, I think, which means that we have a few children, actually not too many children either, but we have a few children of school age or roughly around there. So if we can have them study, then they would have a better educational level. And I don't know at this moment where it would lead them. Don't forget, this game is still in early access. It's going to be improving. So, um, as other people, what I've seen, you know, they have multiple uh, playthroughs of this game. Probably I will have too. That's what I'm foreseeing in the future, which means that when it's actually uh, when it's actually ready, you know, they have some new features. Sometimes it's okay to just incorporate into the current village, but sometimes it might mean that we actually have to do like a full new village. I suggest you guys to check out Jordan Crawford um, videos. Jordan Crawford, he is actually, I've seen a lot of videos he has made ever since this game came out in earlier, uh, actually earlier shapes and forms, and his videos are absolutely fantastic. He built some real monsters already, but then he tends to restart the whole thing once um, a new version comes out. So anyway, these guys here are getting some clay to keep building. Now one thing I realized is that they don't always just bring the material to the place that they actually currently building. Sometimes they are building it to some places that are later in the key, as long as they have that resources, and they are, you know, kind of ready. So there are 3 people currently working on this particular building, which is the smithy, and it has to be built up quickly so that we can actually start working on some other things. We are just randomly checking out some people. You see, that's one kid over there. He's just playing around. We don't know what he's doing. He's just walking around randomly, pretty much. I don't know, guys. I think this game is just absolutely gorgeous. I really hope that you enjoy it. I don't know how you enjoy it now with my, you know, commentary instead of having the original video. I apologize for that. I will probably put a little sticker on my monitor saying microphone off. Yeah. Okay, so these are the our lands that we already set up. We set up a nice how do you call it? A nice gosh, what's the name? You know, a nice like order of things how they are going to actually um, uh, do them. However, last time I messed it up because when I built, I click on next a few times in some certain places. Sorry for the noise behind, guys. That's my little 5-year-old son. He's a lovely little kiddo. You would love him. Maybe you saw him in some other videos. Sometimes he's running into the picture. Maybe actually, I think he's gonna do it in this video as well. So I just realized looking through it that I kind of messed up the order of things. So I went back and I tried to redo them a little bit, and then I realized that some of them actually I messed them up again. So this area, forgive me, I'm just trying to redo. But basically, the idea is that we would have two fields with wheat and potato, like in a alternate way, and then both of them would have just just resting for 2 years, and there would be a third one which has flax and some sunflower, and that would also have some extra. No, it's not flax. Sorry, it's what is it? Okay, no, I think it's Pam or something like that. I don't know. Wham. The problem is I'm not English and I'm not American, or my native language is not English, and I think I speak fairly good, but there are some words that I just don't know, so I'm not sure. Now, looking at my own videos, sometimes it's funny how it looks I'm freezing in time, so it's watching my own video and kind of commenting in it at the same time while I'm doing it. Yeah, flex, and I cannot see it, it's so small. Uh, anyway, so the thing is that the potato and the wheat would use a lot of the first two ingredients. I don't know which are them. And the third one, and the other ones are actually using almost none. So basically, I'm just spending some time setting it up in a correct way. So hopefully, I managed to get a good rotation. You probably see, if you watch what I'm doing, you probably understand more of it, and understand it better than even what I'm mumbling right now. It's just as everything in this game takes a little time to actually go through. Alright, I think we're done. And let's see, our smithy is being built. Actually, we got all the materials. However, right now we don't have any people. I mean, we only have one person doing, getting some wood. And the reason I believe for that is that one of them went take a rest, and when somebody's taking a rest, the other one cannot do anything alone because it needs two people. So that's what the reason is. But I actually built up here a fairly good amount of stuff already, but not a lot, so we will need them to work, but look at that. One of our carts is already broken, and the other two is getting very close to broken, which actually gonna cause us some little trouble later, but nothing major, I guess. So the carpentry is set up and they are getting the materials together for it. That's the whole point. Now here was the idea, like, okay, so why are they working on the carpentry, and what happened to the smithy? Why did they ignore it 100%? So I was actually a bit puzzled by that. And then we just had to wait and let them just put it back, put the cards back, and then they actually gonna go back and handling the smithy first. Because without the smithy you cannot do anything, literally. The carpentry would need 75 nails, and we only have I don't even know, like 29 left or something like that. So very few, it's not gonna be enough for sure. Charcoal, we have a lot. So we kind of stopped everything so that the everything would work, everybody still would work on the smithy, But then I actually started again. I don't really know if it was something wrong and I fixed it by pausing all the other ones, or it's actually correct, like nothing wrong happened. But it was kind of weird that a lot of materials are loaded already in the next building. Like why? As you can see, we still don't have enough food. That's the problem. We need workers, but we don't have enough food around, so that's causes a little problem, which we try desperately to fix. And I think we're gonna fix it very easily once the the lands are actually start, when they start producing some food, then it's all gonna be okay. Now, during this episode, a few times I have to do this, like kind of looking for the people who are. Okay, so this is the guy. This is the guy who was resting, and now, as you can see, the exclamation mark disappeared. He is going to work, but while he was resting, the place was unable to work, which makes sense. Now, for me, it would make sense if both of them actually go to bed at the same time. Here's the problem: the game itself doesn't really have a 24, a day and night cycle. I'm wondering if they're gonna add it to later. If they do, that would be absolutely fantastic. While we are just enjoying seeing how building this thing is going. I always enjoy just looking at that. I believe 3 people are building it. It's absolutely awesome. So yeah, I'm wondering if they maybe at one stage they would add day and night cycles. That would really improve the game by a lot as far as I'm concerned. That would mean that I would say all the workers, for example, would start working at like, I don't know, 6 o'clock or something, or 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, here is what I'm actually, you see me showing something. Like, it's so perfect, but at the same time, people are walking through the walls. They actually go outside and start hitting the the air, and it's just some of the things they do is kind of silly, to be honest. Okay, so we are try to hire somebody here, but in order to do so, we actually I have to get rid of one of the workers. Now, when I do that, that person is not going to be hired right away normally, because he's just going to go and take a rest before he actually goes back and starts. Now, I learned this little trick from somebody I think it was Jordan that I mentioned, Jordan Crawford. Don't forget to check his videos out. Um, that you basically give them like 200% or whatever salary, that will attract people to actually come and work for you. And then once they are attracted, do a bait and switch and basically just simply go back and put it back to 100. So that's what I would normally do. Here's the problem: that guy, as I said, he actually went resting, which I believe I'm gonna find out again the hard way, I mean the complicated way, which is I'm gonna just simply show, go through the houses where they are. You see, I keep actually making this up, you know, making the salary higher and higher to attract somebody. But how can I attract somebody when everybody is already working and this guy is sleeping? So we have to wait until he finishes his rest. There is no other choice, unfortunately. And there you go, I'm looking for him. He's construction, he's forestry. That's the guy. That's the guy. He is taking a rest. So what can we do? If he needs, the man needs a rest. He's been working very hard for us. And as you could see, we don't have enough. We don't have any food to get somebody. So we will have to. One of the next thing, actually, the next thing that is set up in the whole thing is a granary, so that it could gather the food and start selling on the market. But of course, I also need people on at the market who are actually going to sell the food. So it's not going to be that easy. Okay, so we are out of nails, as you can see, because this person is okay. Now he's smithy, and I believe he is already going to work. Now here is the thing what I forgot. I totally forgot to put back the salary to 100%, but that's okay. I mean, let him enjoy a bit more money. Now he's gonna need iron and charcoal. Charcoal we have a lot. Iron I believe we have like 1000 in stock. So that's gonna be fine. And this guy takes his sweet time to go to work. Because as you can see, I'm playing the whole game, I mean as much as possible, in normal speed. Not 5 times, not 10 times, not how many, whatever times. I'm basically playing normally. Now I have more than enough thatch, so I should probably get rid of these workers over there, but I decided at that time I'm gonna let them still be there. Um, I haven't sent everybody to work in the market stores, which might be actually, now thinking about it, might be a little bit problematic. Maybe I should actually let that, and then maybe we would have some extra food coming from some people. That's a note to myself for my next episode when I'm playing. But anyway, so look at this poor guy. He is going, since he doesn't have laborers and we don't have enough people in the village, he is going himself and picks up a cart. This is our original resource tent. He gets 500, loads it up. It's actually funny that in this time, and it's worth looking because I didn't notice it at that time when I was playing. This time he just gone there and boom, it's 500. Now look at it, what happens when he has to unload that thing. As I said, actually there are some advantages in having commentary instead of playing at the moment, because in this way you can see what's going on. He says can't find nail anywhere, but they already have some nails, so they're working on it. So look at that. He is actually unloading it in small little bits, 75 a time. See? Puts it down, goes back to the cart, picks up another 75. So he has to go back and forth quite a few times to unload all the 500 iron. While when he was picking them up, it was like snap right away. So that's kind of interesting, if you ask me. But anyway, it is what it is. So the last 50 he's gonna pick up, load it, but that's not enough. He will need some other resources. Now, here comes the other part. He is going, yeah, I just cut down, I made sure that he only makes nails. Now he's going back just to put the car down. Actually it says supplying resources, but actually, as you will see, he's not doing, wait a minute, he's just going, okay, it's underneath, it's alright. I thought that he was like going through my water source, but actually it's going underneath, so it's fine. So he's gonna just put it down, most probably because this thing is already in really crappy shape, and then goes all the way back to the, well, we'll see. I already know where he goes, but do you? So this guy is taking a rest, like everybody's just kind of relaxing around. Now they really ran out of nails, they only have one more left, so they cannot continue the building. But actually carpentry is almost up. So this guy here is going to go and have to get some charcoal. Now, I'm just wondering, I think I know the answer, but where is he going now? So I'm sorry, but this doesn't make any much sense. He went over to get the cart, went back, went to the he went over to get the cart, got the iron, went back, unloaded it, took back the cart all the way to the cart shed or the cart parking, went back to his work, and then walked back again to the cart parking, and now he's going to the charcoal facility. So, uh, call me, call me old-fashioned, but I think he's just really wasting his time. Am I being too picky? Like, I wouldn't say I would fire him for that, but that's kind of silly. Okay, so he's loading up some charcoal. How much of it exactly? We don't know. We'll see in a second. Okay, he uploaded, what is it? I don't know. Let's see. Now, while he's doing that, I was actually just wondering if we should, how many nails these different places need, or which one we should do first, but actually it doesn't show that way. So what is he doing now? His cart is empty. I'm kind of curious why he's taking the cart back, when I believe, I now I think I know the answer. I think it put it down because the cart was already almost broken. Oh no, he put it back because he wanna take a rest. Oh come on, man. Why do you need so much rest? Like, of course, as I said, if there was a night and day cycle, or day and night cycle probably, um, it would be so cool. Because you would see all the people like getting up, going do something. Right now, people's working days seem to be in like different, almost like random times. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not. Now, because he's resting, of course, our smithy is again empty. And nobody is working, so let's see what happens. But as you can see, people are they have food and everything, so actually everybody, when it comes to the people, they are okay, but there is not enough, on the market, there is no food to buy, so that's why I said next time I might, maybe if I fill up all the market stores, maybe they would have a better chance. I don't know. Anyway, as you can see, since I'm playing it on normal speed, it's a very relaxing game. Nothing is running, nothing is, you know, crazy. This guy is taking a rest, he's the mayor, he goes home. What is this guy doing? Who is that? I believe our smithy is going to work. Yep, and he starts working. So let's see, he is only making 10 at a time, which is not a lot. And as you can see, he is using apparently 2 irons and like 100, 200 charcoal. That's a lot. He's using, for 10 nails, he uses 2 irons and 200 charcoal. That's a lot, man. That's really a lot. Now, as you can see, he was building like 10, but right away they disappeared because already they are needed at the carpenter's place because we are still building the carpenter place. Okay, he got the 10. No, 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 he hasn't disappeared yet. He already has 10 and he's building another 10, which means that went down to 496 and 600, as you can see. But these people, we still need some. But this guy, who is the only one builder right now, again, I believe he is taking a rest. Now look at that, we have 2 smithies. And at this moment, I didn't really know why. I fired this one person. And then I realized, of course there are 2 smithies when you have 220% of your salary that you're paying them. Of course they're gonna go and work as much as possible there, right? There is only one builder, and again, as you will see in a minute, we are looking through the place and we will find that people are going to rest. Like I saw some comments, like negative feedback on the game on Steam, basically stating that I hate this game. I played it for 1 hour and I only built like, I don't know, like 12 houses and some water well and this and that. And I'm like, come on, man, I've been already playing this game for a few hours already, at least 3-4 hours, and I haven't built that much. This game is not supposed to be rushed. For example, some of the people I'm watching, they, even for me, even they are rushing it a little bit, and there are some very close calls. Unfortunately, some of it which I already had myself. For example, I couldn't finish the 9 buildings, and because of that, I ended up having some people go away. I started with 24 people, I believe, or 24 or 28, I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden I only have 18, because 2 households just left. They were like, you already, the snow started to fall, they were still in tents, and they said, no, thanks, but I'm gone. And that was really a lesson for me to be more careful. I'm still worried of the food, of course, but as I said, and you know, yeah, I think what you cannot see, and this is actually funny, that it showed like how many people they are looking for, and it was like there are 5 openings for men and 4 openings for women, and the total is, or 5 openings for men, 3 openings for women, and the total is 7, something like that. So I was just curious like how they did the math, because it doesn't make any sense. Now, as you can see, we had 30 nails suddenly became 11 because for the carpentry work they took all my nails. Now again, they are out of the carts, and as you can see if you watch carefully, I believe one of them are somebody is doing with carts, but actually some people are carrying stuff just by their hands, and that's kind of difficult. As you can see, firewood is being sold. So market storage allows to sell up to 4 goods, can be delivered either directly from production buildings or from storage buildings like garages and warehouse and stuff like that. So I still need to set those things up, and as you can see on my key, I have set up 2 granaries to be built. Yeah, I already did all kinds of, they can go in anyway. Alright, so it's still snowing, so we have to wait until the snow disappeared before they can actually start, sow so some plants. Now carpentry is almost done. Only 2 people are working on it. But that's okay. The next thing is gonna be a granary. Right there. There you go. You know, since I already lost those people, I already have 18 people, I basically just try to shuffle enough around to somehow make sure that nobody else is leaving. Nobody's complaining, you know, if they didn't have food, they would actually have a mark over their house saying, hey, I don't have any food. They don't have that. Okay, so the carpentry is ready, and here we come with the same problem again. Somebody needs to come to work. But this guy who built it is not gonna come back. He's just, I think he's going to the next place or he's resting, I'm not even sure. Nobody wants to work. Come on, somebody please. Now I'm putting the trading post actually first, or I'm not sure. I think I was going back and forth, so I kind of forgot which one I ended up putting first. I think I ended up putting the granary first, finally anyway, because we still have enough iron. I think it's still gonna be enough. So it's more important that once the snow is gone and we actually start producing some food, we need them in the granary as quick as possible. So I think I'm going with the granary first. And once the snow is over, we have almost 1 year to actually catch up for the next time. So it should be fine. Yeah, we have, you see, I ended up really having the granary kept on its position. I still have one house. I have one house empty already, so I would, if necessary, if people start actually flocking into the place, I can put that house earlier. But for now, it's fine. By the way guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I think there is even this little bell thing that you can get notified about the videos and stuff like that. I'm not playing only this one, I'm playing this one. I'm playing Project Hospital, which is a really, really great game. Building a hospital and at the same time actually acting as a doctor and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I also do some American Truck Simulator, just chilling and just driving around. I haven't got a lot of wait. Oh yeah, by accident I unhired, like fired him, and then it took me a while to actually get him back. That was silly of me, because now he's going to take a rest and he's not going to come back at least for 8 hours. That's why you can see my face that I'm not exactly happy about it, but whatever. So yeah, I'm playing some Truck Simulator, also Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and I started another one just a couple of days ago, Metro 2033 Redux. Now all of these are actually, I mean, other than the American Truck Simulator is like old, but people are keep playing it. All of these are relatively old games, I know, but my computer is not really on the top of the game. I only have a 1070 GPU, which means that this game is perfect for it, at least for now. But like if I want to play something really modern, something really new, it's gonna struggle with it. So I'm actually playing relatively older games right now, and you know, my computer can handle them perfectly, obviously, because they are relatively old. Okay, so here I'm trying to figure out how to get, and this is when I'm actually realizing, hey, I have 200, I already have the 220%, so I'm gonna keep that in place for now until he at least comes, and the carpentry doesn't have any person. So here is when I'm actually trying to hunt for some people who, for whatever reason, like this guy here is unemployed. This place we have 2 workers already. The forestry, and I think at this time I decided that we have enough wood right now, but I actually need more, some other things. So yeah, I just got back to about 100%. At one point, I know, I'm not sure if it's at this point, but I think at one point I increased the number of smithies just to make sure that nails are done a bit quicker. This is the farmer, which is perfect because he's basically living next to the farm, so that really worked out nicely. So this guy is unemployed, and who else? Okay, now I think he's saying unemployed, but I think he is actually still taking a rest, but I think he's already kind of going to work. So the granary, two people are building it for me, and they are bringing the material. At least they still have at least one cart, but we're running out quickly, and we still don't have anybody to work at the carpentry. So this time the carpentry, I'm putting it up to 230%, 220%. Let's see, there you go, we got somebody right away, so we put it back to 100%. That's a neat trick actually. Poor guy, he is had, but whatever. I mean, why are you so greedy? Why do you think you could deserve 220% of salary, right? So now you go and work. Now this was the time at the game when I thought, yeah, no worries, he's going home, going back, and he's gonna get those broken uh, carts right away because we really need them to be fixed. At least one of them is broken, maybe already two, and we need them. No, 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 no. He needs wood, and look at that. He's just gonna take a nice casual stroll to the forestry. Luckily, it's not far away, and he's gonna get 200 wood from there because that's all he can carry. There you go. So as you can see guys, the way I'm playing it, I'm actually really trying to enjoy. I actually want to see all the effort and all the things that is built in by the developers, because this is just fantastic. Obviously when I already have at a later point, let's say 1,000 people in my village, I'm not gonna be able to watch every single person and every single moment what's happening, that's obvious, but for now, while it's so small, I'm trying my best to do that. And just look at this, he's still getting the cartridge, same thing, he's getting some charcoal on hand, or he's going and picking it up by hand. Poor guy, because we don't have carts. Look at that, two of the carts are broken and only one of them is used right now. So that's really annoying. So this guy is walking back slowly, he's getting his first load of wood, and he keeps doing that for a while. You can even see where he puts the wood, like right there in the house, right? And now we have two, and he has to go back for another two. Poor guy. But I think it is what it is, right? Yeah, we have two workers here. And at this moment I was kind of considering how about if I get rid of those. But I was not sure. I'm still not sure what is the best way to do it. We have a couple of market stalls with people. I definitely have to keep the market stall open for the firewood, so that people are not going to complain about cold, I believe. And look at that, he's still just walking back and forth between the forestry and his place. Poor guy. He's going to go all around and he goes behind the building actually between the two buildings and somehow come. At least one of them still has a little use, but once I get the shed, a cart shed, as I explained, and I have enough people, of course, it's just gonna be professional people are gonna bring and take all the material, and this guy can just put his head down and work, just work on the cars, do whatever he needs to do, and we don't have big issues. Look at how beautiful the water behind is. That little river is beautiful. It's a little quaint village. Actually, so far everybody is kind of okay. I already put the wealth tax up to like $10 or whatever. Some people put it into like 50 or 60, which means that all their wealth is basically quickly evaporating and put back into our pocket. I haven't done that simply because I was lazy to click on it so many times. Okay. Now here's the thing, at this time I actually got rid of these so they could do something else, but then I realized, look at the top of the, like the ceiling of the, not the ceiling, the roof of the farm. It's already actually starts, the snow starts melting. So actually I was like, okay, no way, we have to rehire those people, although they're not gonna be rehired right away. They're gonna take a rest, but that's fine. The winter is not ending so quickly. But as you can see, it's slowly, there are gonna be some little patches here and there on the roof of the carpentry as well. You can see there is a little patch, and slowly but surely they're gonna be next to the farm. There's a little patch on the ground. There are some areas where slowly we're gonna see people, we're gonna see the snow just melting down, which I believe is awesome. Alright, snow is melting slowly. You can see more and more patches, very gradual. Hey, no, go. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I just let one person work at the smithy, that's fine. Carpentry, I have one person, that's perfect. He's taking a rest, so he's not working again. That's really annoying. But that's alright. The granary, we still need a lot of wood and some nail. And we are carrying some wood and nails over there, but the nails, 145 nails still missing, so it really takes a little while to get that granary up. It's going to be kind of important for us so that that granary can supply the food to the market. Okay, finally the smithy woke up and goes to work. So far he had like 40 nails. Thatcher is all full. Two women are just basically hanging around. Okay, we already managed. Okay, we managed to hire back those two women at the farm, and look at that. It's really start melting. So soon we're gonna be at the point that we have to work on the farm. So I actually got rid of the people at the thatchery and sending them both to the farm. So when it's ready, okay, so sorry about that, guys. As you can see, my little son just decided to walk around. Alright, not yet. It's still snowing, so nothing there. So we had 40 nails, but 40 already being taken away by those people when they finally show up. Carpentry, he is still taking a rest, almost finishing the rest. It's actually cool to see how long they're gonna take a rest. But as I said, if it was a nice and day and night cycle, it would be much more regular, because right now we just never know when somebody starts working or not, and that's not so good if you ask me. Market stores, they all have people over there, but actually there is nothing to sell. So this is the problem with having so few people, especially in the beginning. I screwed up. I didn't build the houses quickly enough, which means that people just left because it started snowing. So, but at least let's face it, we actually managed to survive the winter that we were hoping for. Although, as we are approaching slowly to the end of this stream, as you can see, we are far from actually growing yet, because we're probably gonna need some food, you know, actually some produce on the market and everything. You know, we have to produce on the we have to have some produce from the farms to hit the market so that they actually can have enough food to buy and, you know, be able to have people come and immigrate, because other than that, you know, there is job, there is everything is ready for that. And look at that, all of a sudden the farm said, okay, anybody who can come, please come to work for us, because we need to sow some stuff. And I believe they actually start sowing already, I'm not even sure. Yeah, I think they are already sowing. If you look carefully, we're gonna take a look at that. So we are now looking at who is essential. Like this guy is essential for sure. Smithy, I only need one, even though two would be nice. We still don't have anybody in the carpentry, I mean the forestry, but we still have enough wood there. And we just keep firing some of the people in the stall. We don't need any more firewood, do we? So look at this, 3 people, we are quickly getting some people. We're gonna check. Oh, the laborers, we can actually hire men and women. I don't know if it's gonna make any difference. Probably it will. But as you can see, we survived the winter. Kudos to us. And if we go a little bit closer and take a look, you see those women just simply looks. That one, the animation is not really done well, but these people are just simply sewing, going around and just sewing. It would be nicer if you could see how they actually do it, not just walking around. You can see it, I saw it in other videos, when they are actually harvesting, it's much more visible what they really do. When they are sewing, apparently they just walk around, because probably they just use their hands just to throw things. But yeah, so there are some people we definitely. The carpenter guy is still trying to get enough wood, and that really bothers me. You know, I mean it's like a catch-22 or chicken and an egg problem, because he needs the carts to be able to be quicker, but he needs to work to be able to get a better cart. So yeah. Okay, so this woman is also going back to the farm, to actually going to work to the farm, and probably from the farm, I mean from the farm directly he goes to the land. So yeah, more or less that's it guys, because time has run out when I was streaming. So we just finished the game about here. Saved it because Jordan had a long stream a long game, about 45 episodes. He built a village with over 1,500 people, a gorgeous big village, and his save files got dead. So yeah, that had to be, you know, I have to avoid that kind of fate for sure. Alright guys, so more or less that's what happened. I basically finished the game here, finished streaming here, so thank you for watching, please come next time.